Let's talk about a corporate battle that's brewing right now. It is a high-stakes global race for one of the most talked-about drugs in, well, maybe ever. This is a story about patents, massive profits, and the future of healthcare.
I mean, at this point, who hasn't heard the names Ozempic or Wegovy, right? They are absolutely everywhere. From your social media feed to the evening news, they've become household names, really synonymous with this whole new era in treating diabetes and obesity. But the real story, the one we're getting into, is what's happening behind the curtain.
And this is why it is such a colossal deal. The market for these drugs, it's projected to hit a mind-blowing $100 billion by 2030. That isn't just a successful product, that's a global economic phenomenon. And, with stakes that high, you can bet a massive fight is brewing.
Okay, so to really understand this high-stakes race, we first need to take a quick look at what makes this drug so incredibly revolutionary in the first place.
The magic ingredient at the heart of all of this is called semaglutide. It's the active compound in both Ozempic, which is for diabetes, and Wegovy for obesity. Basically, it works by mimicking a hormone that tells your brain you're full. And the thing is, it works unbelievably well. So what happens when a drug is that effective? Well, you get a tidal wave of demand, a tsunami, really. It has gotten so intense that it's led to shortages all over the world, making it a cultural touchstone. And for the patients who actually rely on it, sometimes incredibly hard to get their hands on.
Now, you know the rule. Wherever there's massive demand and a really high price tag, challengers are going to pop up. And there's one company in particular that's making a very, very bold bet.
Just listen to the confidence in this quote from the CEO of Dr. Reddy's, a huge generic drug maker. He's not just saying they have a plan, he's openly stating, we are already in a legal fight and we're getting ready to launch our version.
And this is their ultimate goal, what's known in the pharma world as a day one launch. It's this incredibly aggressive strategy. It means they want to flood the market with a cheaper, generic version the literal instant they are legally allowed to, capturing a huge slice of that $100 billion pie right out of the gate.
But make no mistake, this is a super high-risk, high-reward game. I mean, first, you have to successfully develop your own version of the drug. Then comes the really hard part. You have to take the original creator to court and try to tear down their patents early. All while, in the background, you're getting your factories ready for a massive, immediate launch. And this is not going to be a walk in the park, because the original creator isn't just going to roll over and let it happen. No, they have a very powerful defense.
That company, Novo Nordisk, has built what industry insiders call a patent fortress around semaglutide. Think of it like a legal castle with a giant moat, a complex web of protections all designed to block any and all competition for as long as humanly possible.
And this timeline just shows you what they're defending. The most important patents aren't set to expire for years, some not until 2032. So these legal battles happening right now, they're all about the generic companies trying to tear down that fortress almost a decade ahead of schedule.
So here's where we get to the core of the conflict. It really boils down to this. On one side, you have Novo Nordisk, trying to squeeze every last dollar out of their invention before their monopoly ends. And on the other side, you've got all these challengers whose entire strategy depends on convincing a judge that those patents just aren't valid.
But here's the thing. Dr. Reddy's is definitely not alone in this fight. With a prize this big, the race is getting very, very crowded.
You've got a whole host of major pharma players, especially from India's powerhouse generic industry. Companies like Sun Pharma, Cipla, Zydus, they are all lining up. Every single one of them is working on their own version of semaglutide and getting ready for their own legal brawl.
So what this really means is that the future of an affordable version of this drug, it isn't being decided by scientists in a lab anymore. It's going to be decided by lawyers in a courtroom. The rulings in these patent cases will dictate everything, when or even if these generic versions ever hit the market.
Okay, after all this talk of corporate strategy and patent law, it is totally fair to ask, why should I care? Well, the answer has a direct impact on healthcare access and affordability for millions, and potentially for you. It all comes down to this, right here. This is the single biggest reason it matters. When a generic drug finally enters the market, the price of that medicine almost always plummets. This race isn't just about corporate profits, it's about access. A successful day one launch could make this revolutionary treatment affordable for so many more people.
And that leaves us with this fascinating $100 billion question to think about. Who gets to decide the future of a drug this big?
Is it the company that invested billions to invent it, the competitors who want to make it accessible to everyone, or is it the courts, who have to somehow balance rewarding innovation with fostering competition? The race is definitely on, and no matter who wins, we're all going to feel the outcome.